Silverwing. Silverwing is one of the dragons that belong to House Targaryen. She was once the mount of Queen Alysanne Targaryen. Silverwing is the mate of Vermithor. She was not claimed by another dragonrider after the death of Queen Alysanne, and still resides on the Dragonmont at the start of the Dance of the Dragons. Silverwing has been described as a silver dragon. She was considered relatively docile and friendly with strangers. Silverwing and Vermithor often tangled with each other. Story: Silverwing bonded with Princess Alysanne Targaryen in 48 AC after the mysterious death of Maegor I Targaryen. Alysanne flew Silverwing to King's Landing, along with her brother Jaehaerys and sister Rhaena on their dragons, Vermithor and Dreamfire, so that Jaehaerys could claim the Iron Throne. During the reign of her brother husband, Jaehaerys I, Alysanne and Jaehaerys once visited Winterfell with 6 dragons. While at Winterfell, Alysanne grew bored and mounted Silverwing, flying further north to see the Wall. They stopped at Queen Crown's village on the way. At some point, Vermithor and Silverwing became a mated pair. During the Dance of the Dragons, Vermithor and Silverwing are said to often tangle together in the fields. Silverwing was knightless when Alysanne died at the end of Jaehaerys I's reign. During the reign of Jaehaerys' successor, King Viserys I Targaryen, Silverwing had no new knight. During this time, Silverwing crashed on the island of Dragonstone and made his lair in one of Dragonmont's smoke caves. There Silverwing stood when the Dance of the Dragons began in 129 AC. When Prince Jaehaerys Valerion decided his mother's faction needed more dragon riders, many men tried to claim one of the riderless dragons atop Dragonstone, including Silverwing. On its own, Silverwing accepted Ulf the White as a knight. Ulf rode Silverwing to fight in the Battle of the Maw. Alongside Vermithor, Sheepstealer, Vermax and Sea Smoke, Silverwing descended on the 90 warships sailing under the banners of the Three Daughters. When King's Landing fell to Rhaenyra Targaryen's allies, Ulf landed Silverwing atop Rhaenys' hill, outside the Dragon Pit. At the Dragon's Pit, Silverwing made a lair before flying into battle. Ulf rode Silverwing into battle during the first battle at Tumbleton. Ulf and Dragonseed friend Hugh Hammer, who claimed Vermithor, switched allegiances, training Rhaenyra in favor of Aegon II Targaryen. Silverwing, Vermithor, and Tessarion, the dragon of Aegon II's brother Prince Daeron, unleashed their flames on Tumbleton, which was savagely sacked. As the Hightowers held on to Tumbleton, so did Ulf with Silverwing. During that time, Silverwing was kept outside the city walls, free to fly and hunt. During the Second Battle of Tumbleton, an army 4,000 strong, led by Adam Valerion on the dragon Sea Smoke, surprised the Hightowers at Tumbleton with their night attack. Ulf slept through a battle, but even without a rider, Silverwing took to the skies during a battle. At one point, a crossbowman fired a bolt of lightning at the dragon. Silverwing avoided more battles and circled the battlefield for hours. She only descended again the next day, after the sun had set, and landed among the dead Vermithor, Sea Smoke, and Tessarion. The singers claim that Silverwing tried to lift Vermithor's wing on 3 occasions, but Archmaester Gildane considers this to be probably a fable. When the sun set again, Silverwing began to fly despondently across the countryside, where she fed on the burned carcasses of men and beasts. Silverwing's knight, Ulf the White, insisted that he should become the new king of the 7 kingdoms, as King Aegon II was missing, Prince Aemon dead, taking over the plan of the recently deceased Hugh Hammer, who had died at Tumbleton. Also, Silverwing was knightless when Hobart Hightower, one of the caltrops, gave Ulf the poisoned white wine. Lord Onwin Peake offered 1,000 gold dragons to any knight of noble birth capable of Silvermountwing. Of the 3 men who volunteered, the first had his arm ripped off, and the second was burned to death. The third man then changed his mind. Silverwing was one of 4 dragons still alive at the end of the dance. Though accustomed to men, Silverwing grew wild during the reign of Aegon III Targaryen, and eventually made his lair on an island in the Red Lake in the northwestern reach. In the books, in Fire and Blood, Silverwing was one of the older and larger dragons at the start of the dance, apparently one of the powerful second-generation dragons hatched to the Targaryens' original 3. As her name suggests, she is described as a silvery dragon. Silverwing was famously the mount of Queen Alysanne Targaryen, sister and wife of King Jaehaerys I Targaryen. Silverwing was likewise the mate of Jaehaerys' dragon Vermithor. At one point Jaehaerys and Alysanne made a royal visit to Winterfell, riding Vermithor and Silverwing respectively, along with 4 other dragons. On a whim, Alysanne rode further up to the wall itself, and Jaehaerys followed on Vermithor. They visited the then headquarters of the Night's Watch, the Night Fort. Seeing how badly it had fallen into disrepair from the dwindling watch, the royal couple convinced them to abandon it and relocate to the more manageable Castle Black to the east. During Alysanne's visit to the wall, she tried to fly Silverwing beyond the wall, but the she-dragon would not go. Alysanne tried 3 times to fly beyond the wall, and each time Silverwing turned around and would not obey, a fact that Alysanne found very concerning since the dragon had never once disobeyed a command from her rider. Silverwing was also noted to behave very erratically during the visit to the wall, snapping and hissing at every cold gust of wind from north of the wall. Silverwing was left riderless after Alysanne's death. Silverwing is mentioned very rarely in the A Song of Ice and Fire novels. In A Storm of Swords, Bran and Jon tell of Alysanne's visit to the wall, mentioning that she rode Silverwing. In A Feast for Crows, Sam wonders if Silverwing left an egg at the wall. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you later, bye bye.